Shortly after finishing work that afternoon, Corey jumped on his weekly call with Dr. Shaw. She kicked it off with her usual question, but he hardly heard it. So, how's Corey today? Anything new? Corey stared a hole through the large monitor on his desk before finally blurting out something that wasn't an answer to her question, let alone any question. What is a healthy age to begin questioning your own reality? Could you repeat that? She said, clearly confused. I know it's a normal thing to do, he said, to call into question what's real. But is there a time in your life that it's normal? I don't entirely understand where this is coming from, she said. But to start, you're suggesting there's no if in this scenario, only when? I guess I'm leading the witness, he chuckled to himself. But Dr. Shaw seemed too eager to hear where this was going to acknowledge his attempt at a joke. She recognized that Corey's pattern was about to break, and she couldn't miss the opportunity. That's okay, she said. Please, expand on this. Corey sighed heavily before asking, Have you ever seen The Matrix? Yes, she said, caught off guard. I believe I saw it when it first came out. Why? I think for most people, he said, depending on the year they were born, that was when their thinking changed, with that film. The idea that we live in a simulation, that everything around us is fabricated, became hard to ignore after that. Occasionally, you'll forget about it and return to the complacent assumption that what you're eating is real food and not a program, imitating tastes and textures. But eventually, you remember it, and then that question nags at you again. Are you saying you no longer believe in your own existence? Dr. Shaw asked delicately. It's more complicated than that, Corey answered. I think, therefore I am, right? I feel fairly confident that I exist. But you're questioning the rest of your reality, she finished for him. Perhaps The Truman Show had a larger impact on some people, he continued, without acknowledging Dr. Shaw's comment. Although that plot is more about a TV show, Truman's world is fictitious yet still physical. When he finally escapes the walls of that massive television studio, he transitions from reality TV to actual reality, or so we're led to believe. We never see what happened after that, but it's worth considering whether he began poking holes in his new life as well. The trust issues that poor man must have developed. When your entire world is revealed to be a lie, can you ever really adjust to the new one? Did Truman embrace his new reality, or did he only find more questions? But these are just films, Dr. Shaw pointed out. They're not real, Corey. But the idea is real, he argued. For some people, it can be addictive, but only in the most destructive ways. You never experience the highs, only the lows. And once you swallow that one and only pill, there's no looking back. And have you swallowed this pill? She asked, desperate to keep him on track. That's the point of my first question, he said, not really answering her. What is a healthy or normal age to be consumed by this idea? It seems most people only truly begin rethinking their reality in adulthood. At the earliest, it might occur in college, perhaps during an experimental drug session. Even The Matrix isn't a plot that entirely grasps you as an adolescent. Most kids miss the point entirely and just find entertainment in the bullet-dodging action sequences. But when they rewatch it as an adult years later, it takes on a whole new meaning. Some just pretend it's a fun discussion to have over beers. It's cool to think about, but it's not real. That allows them to dismiss the broader implications before it becomes overwhelming. Or they just do a really good job of hiding it. Others, however, can never quite shake it. There's no ignoring what it all means, and not a day goes by without thinking about it. It weighs on them, driving the same anxiety most of us feel when we think about climate change or the eventual loss of a loved one. It festers, growing beyond their control, eventually ruling how they live their lives. These people are a minority, but they're out there.